Today, I'm not gonna work on the truck. I need to get some other things done in here so I can have a cleaner workspace and function a little better. So one thing I've been working on is some tool holders for this pegboard wall. And first thing I need to do, actually, we're gonna paint it, because I don't know if anybody's been able to tell in my videos. You can see it right here and right here. These were in his shop during a 2016 flood down here, and yeah, so he had about 2 or 3 foot of water in his shop, and these were in there, and they sat there and dried out, and that's why they're kind of warped and wavy. I'm trying to make them work for what I need them for, because they were free, and these sheets ain't cheap. But as you can tell, I've got tools laid out literally everywhere. I have been busy working on and printing. All of these tool holders. Now, this isn't everything I need to do all my tools, but I ran out of filament, so I figured I'd go ahead and get started on putting up what I got. I got pretty much all my wrench holders made, and these are all screwdriver holders, and the ones like this. I made little ones and bigger ones. Well, I made a boo-boo. I broke this one when I dumped it. First things first that I gotta do is I gotta get all these tool holders off, and I need to get the outlet cover off, and I need to get all these tools kind of pushed to the side. This is one thing I really like about this design of how I made all these tool holders. I made them to where the hooks are a separate piece of the actual holder. These are very rough. These are some of the first things I made with some PETG filament on my old 3D printer. They work. They're not pretty looking at all. I'm probably gonna end up reprinting them with the darker red like the other ones I have. And this is the only thing I have that I do not like about the setup I did with the hooks, is that these tool holders tend to like to come off with the tool. I need to add a screw or something to hold them in. But let me go ahead and get the rest of these off.
Like I said, they come off with the tool very easily.
And I think I'm gonna redesign these battery holders for the M12 batteries. I had originally only put one hook on here to try and keep it like to where it just looks like this when you're staring at it on the wall, but they I don't like how they kind of wobble. So I might redo that and add a second hook. Like I said, these original ones I printed of these hooks are not that great at all. Like, these are ones I made with out of PLA and on a new printer that I have that I haven't tried printing PETG on yet, but like the quality difference between that and this is crazy. But like I said, those were some of the first things I printed with PETG. Like these bigger holders I printed aren't that bad at all. And like this is really rough. This is for the M12 tools. This was the grinder holder I had printed. It's like one of the last PETG things I printed. It's rough along the bottom right here where the support material was. But otherwise, really like all the layer lines really aren't that bad compared to like the earlier stuff. I was working on dialing in that Pet G. I just kept having problems with it. I partially feel like my old printer was part of the problem. I know usually it's not the equipment's problem, it's the person working its problem, but I don't know, I just like there's a little stringing and stuff. I couldn't get it dialed in for some reason. And it just frustrated me. So I swapped back to PLA, and the main reason why I was using the Pet G was because it's supposed to be more UV resistant, resistant to like weather and heat and cold and all that. The PLA will probably work just fine in here. I think a lot of people make pretty much everything they do out of PLA. So I swapped it. A, because I like the darker red. B, because I was getting kind of tired of the other one. Now I got some room I can get behind there. So the color I'm planning on painting this is this gray color. I figured it looked good behind the red, and I figured the tools would kind of stand out, and grease and dirt and stuff probably wouldn't show up as easily. And I'm using Sherwin-Williams all surface enamel and a satin. I can't find any of my paint pans, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna just pour a little bit in here at a time and use a little bit at a time. This would be much better if I had it on my paint pan. I got one coat on everything. I'll let it set for a little bit. I'll come back and put a second coat, and then we'll start. After it dries, I'll start hanging tools on it. Oh, hey, I didn't see all that. So, got a third coat on it. It looks a little blotchy right now on the camera. It does in person too. I had to I went over it, kind of like hitting spots that look like they might have been running and different things. The first coat, I know I kind of put it on probably with a dry roller at times, but I was trying to make sure I had enough paint to do a heavy second coat, and the second coat laid on really well, and then I was like, well, I got enough left, I'm just gonna put on what I can, and I literally was running out of paint in this back third or quarter of the pegboard, and was draining every little bit I could get out of the can into the tray. And I even had to stick the roller in the can and wipe it around in the can to get enough paint so I could dab some on up there and spread it out and get that last corner in the top. So I let this dry overnight. So now it's night. I know it's 100% dry. I'm not gonna, if I scrape across it, hopefully it don't peel off or nothing. Which, I don't know. I must have done it when I was messing with these, putting the hooks on last night. I snapped the 7mm off. So I'm gonna hang it for now so I can get the wrenches off the counter. And I'll just double it up on another peg. been a minute since I did the first half of this video. And I want to start off with, you see that these 2, 3, well, even this one, these are all they're broken. I kind of messed up and I tested the strength of these top ones with the big wrenches, and yeah. Needless to say, you cannot put 2, with that round peg design that I got up there, you cannot put 2 wrenches on it. So yeah, now I got my idea was I was gonna drill these out as a temporary fix and just epoxy new pegs. I printed some pegs in these 2. I think I'm gonna redesign that one with the hooks like this and reprint that top one at least. But I have more, as you can see I got pliers laid out everywhere right here. I have more holders printed. Like I said, it's been a while since I did mess with any of this. It's just I've been busy with other things. I didn't have time to sit down and mess with design and all this on Tinkercad. So finally had time because it was raining last weekend. Yeah, it like stormed the whole weekend. So I didn't bother even trying to come out to the shop. I said, you know what, I need to do some other things. I need to get the tool holders prints. I can get all this stuff off the workbench and onto the pegboard. So with that being said, let me show y'all what I got. Just show you how good the fitment is with these pliers in here. I think it's pretty good. And then, like I said, I got more in here. Well, I got the one hung. Apparently those are the last 4 hooks. I got one. These wrenches being everywhere, kind of messing all my stuff up here. But apparently that was the last 5, because I just found this one, hooks that I had printed. But that looks nice. So I'm gonna go run inside and start a print with about 2 or 3, as many as I can fit on the build plate anyways. I'm gonna fill the build plate with hooks and start it. So like I said, also I'm coming here to fill the build plate. This is in the Bamboo Maker app. Slice plate. So it says it should take 2 hours to print. I can speed that up a little bit when I hit Ludicrous mode. So this is the program I use to create all my stuff in, or most of it. Sometimes I use Fusion 360, but a lot of times I use this Tinkercad website. But anyways, I already modified it. I made it an extra ½ inch longer on these wire strippers holder, so that way the handles will actually fit down in the bottom. And I got it loaded. Oop. I got it loaded and I modified the channel lock holder to have slightly bigger holes on these two. And I got another screwdriver holder printing for some more nut drivers. So it says it should take about 5 hours. 5 hours and 7 minutes total, roughly. Which I could speed that up by hitting the ludicrous button again, and I can actually do it from my phone. What I usually like to do is, if I'm going to use the ludicrous mode, I will wait till it gets a good base plate, base layer on the build plate before I hit ludicrous mode. Because I just want to make sure I got good adhesion, so I know the print isn't going to lift off. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the hooks in ahead of time. They're not going in quite all the way, but it'll be enough, because I mean these ain't gonna have a lot of weight. Same thing with these. So what I'm having to do is I'm having to take a file, kind of like file the sides of the slots down, and then take a screwdriver and kind of like wallow the hole out a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. All nice, organized. Bet y'all didn't think that's how I was gonna hang those vice grips. My little rod. It's a little flimsy, but if it breaks, I can always go edit the print and add a brace right here in the middle. But I think it should be fine, as long as I keep the bigger ones on the outer edges. I don't think these little ones are gonna cause it to break right in the middle. Yeah, get y'all a good view. And I did find my little crescent wrench. And then I made this for the oil filter pliers. So I say it's coming along nicely. I mean, I got a mess of stuff, and I got to fix these wrenches here so I can get all the wrenches back up. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. All right, I went ahead and hung the wire stripper box up, and you can see the quality kind of dropped from me doing the ludicrous speed on these boxes. But this is really old filament, so it's probably got moisture in the filament that shouldn't be there. Because I really need to put some desiccant beads or something in there, and I probably need to get me a filament dryer for whenever I have filament that's been sitting out, not being used. I can run it through that dryer and get the moisture out of it, because that affects all the prints. I got the other channel lock holder right here. I took the crescent wrench one down, so I'm going to show y'all. The peg that had the big one on it snapped, so I went ahead and took it down. I'm gonna fix that and put bigger hooks like that on there, because I mean these are little. I'll probably change out the first 3 right here with the bigger hooks, and then hang it back up. I do have both of these and both of those reprinting right now. Like I said, this is gonna be like 7 hours for those done. I'll put those up. Got the channel locks hung. Only thing is, I know looks like I'm not gonna be able to get them out because of the height, but as long as I'm putting nothing right here next to these wire strippers, I can get them out just fine. So yeah, it works out great. Love that. Pretty much got my workbench almost back, other than this mess and disaster. So it's the next morning. I'm kind of getting a late start. I stayed up way too late last night babysitting my smoker. I have a brisket on it. It's still not done. I'm surprised it's not done. It's not a very large brisket. I've done bigger ones that have taken this long, or not quite as long to cook. It's just being stubborn, right? It's almost done though, getting close where I can throw it in the ice chest and let it rest. Anyways, stayed while I was up late last night. I finished all the wrench holders, so I'm gonna get started on removing these broken ones and changing them out. And I forgot about one, this double boxing wrench one right here. This double boxing wrench for the standards. I'm gonna have to go print that one out, and I'll just change it off camera. Just want to say real quick that I've noticed that these clips go into these wrench holders a lot better. I noticed you still got to tap them in with a hammer a little bit. I'm assuming it's because I print them with this side down. I got the last one printed, the double box end holder, and as you can see, I changed out the 3 hooks for the bigger wrenches that were on the end right here. So, and I guess at some point I must have went back and redesigned how the numbers were on this one, so that way it would print better. Because if you look at this one, like the numbers didn't print worth a crap at all, and these didn't even come out on the little ones at all. All right, there we have it. Got that taken care of. Got the wrenches all hanging nicely. I didn't know or remember that this thing actually could have been lengthened a little bit to give these wrenches a little more room because they're kind of crowded, but it is what it is, and they can live like that now because I really don't feel like printing another one. Look how nice that looks. Oh, also, I forgot, I printed another one of these for these nut drivers because I forgot all about these, and then one of the boxes I couldn't use. I decided to, I found a use for it. Figured, hey, this works perfect. Got valve stem tool, Sharpies, pens, scribe, this one random double end wrench I got, magnet, and tire chuck. And I'm always looking for my freaking Sharpies, so I figured this would be a good spot to kind of have them all centralized. Plus I wanted to put something up here like that. I was gonna make like a little cylinder and stick all that stuff in, but this actually works out great because it's got these little slots and dividers because it was for the pliers, right? So anyways, that concludes this project for the time being. I would like to make, I think I would like to hang some hammers up here over that way in that corner, and maybe pipe wrenches, random stuff like that that don't get used too often. So my main goal with all this pegboard, hanging all my tools up, is it was killing me digging through my 2 boxes back here, even 3 boxes, filled it with stuff over the years, and it's just been a cluster. Like the pliers drawer, all them pliers, plus there's pliers in that box that were extras, so to speak. But yeah, this is gonna be nice. You know, it's really gonna help out when I'm doing other projects around here. Speaking of other projects, the F-150. I got another video. I'll go ahead and show y'all a little bit. I was working on it the other night, and I did get the floor pan cut out and got the new one sitting there kind of mocking up. But that'll be another video. There'll be more to come on the truck because I'm about to start getting on it a little bit harder in the afternoons after work. Try to get more content with it and get more work done on it. Right quick before I end this, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button and share this if you will with somebody that might be interested in what I'm doing around here, whether it be the pegboard stuff, 3D printing, stuff with my vehicles, lawnmowers, whatever. There's more content to come, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.